Story number 4, driving simulation. What I decided to do is to use longitude and latitude to create a simulation. And then it is actually random line segments. So for example, for driving, so it does a random, like, either drive or rest. And in order to rest, certain conditions must be met, like it has to, at least 1 hour has passed. So it couldn't have a rest, like if it just started. So at least 1 hour has passed, and then the previous session was not a rest, so there can't be a continuous 2 consecutive rest. So something like that. And then like overnight rest, which is like 600 minutes, is only for like for distance, for for a driving session that is of great distance, that takes days. So certain things like that for the rests. And then for driving, it's a random segment of like 20 miles per hour for 5 minutes, or 40, 60 mph miles per hour, 85, 100 for 20 minutes. So that's what I've decided. So why? For me, it makes sense because I feel like, roads are sort of like that. Like you drive for, like, in a 40-mile road, you drive for like 20 minutes, and then another segment, it could be a residential area, so for just 5 minutes for 20 miles per hour, I think makes sense. Yeah, so this is not like a long continuous drive. It's actually a mix of rest and break. A break and driving. Because there's fatigue, we need rest. And then it's actually like it calculates, like ChatGPT helped me calculate like the direction, and how to go about with the latitude and the longitude, like whether to subtract or add depending on the whether it's going down the latitude or going east or west. So that's why there's like a north, south, east, west. So we know how to calculate those. But basically it stops when it meets the distance. It's not the latitude, longitude. It's actually if it meets the distance, which is also calculated by latitude and longitude. So ChatGPT helped me make those calculations. And so the destination should be somewhere around that state. the new latitude or longitude would still be in the same, will be in the range, because the starting latitude and longitude is actually at the center point of the state. So so the new destination would be around that area. And so and and I've also included after each session, like the, you know, the breaks, the timestamp, the breaks, you know, what it is, for how long, and for the driving session, the miles per hour, how many minutes, the latitude, the longitude at that point, and also the cumulative distance. And what else? Actually, as the simulation starts, the data is actually generated at that point. So it's not generated before. So you can select any state, enter the number of the state number, and for the origin and destination. And when you play it, it's actually around the title part. You don't even notice it, because it, you know, it does generate like 100 lines, but it depends on like how the distance. Sometimes just 40, sometimes over 100, but 100 lines of data is just it's really fast. So the data generation happens after sometime around the title. In fact, even before like the quadrant presentation begins, the data was already generated. So that's how fast it was. Yeah. So yeah, this is the, and then just like the image that we used during the driving is just to show the time, so that it gets dark when it, you know, when it's already at night, you know, and then like it looks different in the morning than in the afternoon, and then when it's almost dark, there's like sunset, you know, and then it's, you know, and then it gets darker. So I think there's 7 different time images, you know, that cycles. So